Hello everyone and welcome to the video. If you're also new to my channel, you're highly welcome here. This is my Leo Babel Spanish channel, and actually this is then your channel if you want to learn Spanish, if you want to boost your Spanish skills, okay? As I promised in my last video, now I'm switching to English because I believe I can serve you better this way, so I hope you like it this way. For sure, I might then record some other videos in Spanish in the future, but for now I'm switching back to English because I think this way I can at least then serve many more people, and especially like beginners. Today we've got this interesting topic, so now we're focusing on grammar, and namely we're focusing on reflexive verbs, okay? And as you might know, there are many then reflexive verbs, especially when you learn like Western or Indo-European languages, such as like French, Spanish, or Italian, for example. You're gonna come across a few of them, but they also exist in English. So think it this way: like whenever you have a verb that you can use together with yourself, then you're going to have a reflexive verb. So for example, you wash yourself because you're washing your own body. So it means that, you're applying this action and it falls back into yourself. Then it's called like reflexive. So of course you also have these verbs in Spanish. Actually, I would say we have many of them. And the general rule of thumb that you have to apply is that whenever you're performing this action, which falls back into yourself, and that's the key, yourself, okay, then you know you're gonna be using a reflexive verb. And in Spanish there are lots of them, like for example, levantarse, which is get up, lavarse, so washing yourself, you wash yourself, or afeitarse, which is like shaving, for example, I don't know, your beard, or, there are a bunch of them actually. Vestirse, for example, as well, so it's dress up. And as you can say, it's always you're performing some action, it falls back into yourself. It means, okay, then it's a reflexive verb for sure, and that's a general rule of thumb. As you might have noticed, all of these verbs then end with se, so se. So you have, as I said, vestirse, secarse, levantarse. So you can definitely recognize them quite easily. But look, there's also the possibility, not always, but sometimes you can also use these verbs without se, and they're also valid. So look, there's this difference between for example, levantarse and levantar. For example, I could say, yo me levanto por la mañana. So I get up in the morning, okay? So it's a reflexive verb. Yo me levanto, and this se particle transforms into me because it's first person singular, so it's me, I, yo me levanto, okay? So you know, okay, then I'm gonna have to use the reflexive verb. But you can also use like levantar without say. It could mean you're actually, levantar, you know, it's lift. So it means that you're lifting something else. For example, I just picked up my glasses and I'm lifting them up, okay? So estoy levantando mis gafas. So it means that this action which you're performing, which is like lifting, you're applying that into something else. So in this case, it's my glasses, and I lift them. So, for example, in this case, you could have levantar and levantarse. Or you can also have vestir. So vestirse is like you get dressed up, and you can also have vestir, because, for example, I don't know, like if you have a kid, and you help your kid then dress up, for example, because then, he's just little, then you're helping your kid dress up. Yo visto a mi hijo, for example. then you use vestir and not vestirse, because you're not getting dressed, you're actually helping someone else get dressed. So in this case, you have vestir or vestirse. So look, there's this difference, okay? There's some other important rule to take into account, which is the following. So whenever you use certain actions in English, where you would add each other, for example, I don't know, meet a new person, and then you shake hands, you could say in English like, okay, we shake hands, or we shake each other's hands, okay? So whenever you're doing something like this, like performing this action to someone else, and I get exactly the same from the other person, so it's kind of reciprocal, okay? Then you also use then reflexive verbs in Spanish, okay? So this is a very important one. You could say like, for example, yeah, we shake each other's hands. That could be in Spanish, nos estrechamos las manos. And the verb, like infinitive, would be estrecharse las manos. And of course, it doesn't mean that you're shaking your own hand like this. Of course not. It means that you're shaking hands with someone else, and then someone else is shaking his or her hand with yours. So it's like reciprocal, as I said. So whenever like you perform this action, and which falls back into someone else and then back into you, because you get exactly the same from some other person, then you know that you're going to have to use a reflexive verb as well, okay? Some other example would be like, ellos se quieren. That could be they love each other, for example. It means that, okay, of course you could also say like, you love yourself, or like, yo me quiero a mí mismo, so which is perfectly fine. But when you use it this way, like they love each other, ellos se quieren, you also use the reflexive verb, because I mean, you can, for sure you can love yourself, but in this case it means that you perform this action, it affects someone else, and someone else's action then affects you as well, because you get exactly pretty much the same from the other person. So I would say, like, in general, you have these two rules, and of course these are just general rules, okay? On one hand, it's like I'm performing this action, it falls back into me. This way I know, okay, I'm gonna have to use a reflexive verb. And there's the other example, which is like, okay, performing this action, it affects someone else, and I get exactly the same from the other person. So it could be like, one, yourself, and two, each other, okay? So just to have some sort of mnemonics, okay? And don't forget, we might also have like the exact same verb without se, without this ending, without this particle, and it could be fine, like in certain cases, as I mentioned. So this is just a really quick and spontaneous video. I hope you like it. If there's anything else you would like me to add, then just let me know, okay, right here below any comment. I mean, I hope you like this sort of videos. As I said, this is pretty much the first time that I'm recording my videos in English. So if you have anything like to add, or any suggestion, whatever you fancy, just feel free to drop a message here below. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.